Hello, this is my dog named Crazy. Now Crazy's got some legs on her. She's quick and she loves to run, and I've always been curious, how much power is it that she uses to run fast, and can we harness some of it? Today, I want to build a dog slat mill. It's a self-powered treadmill for dogs, and it's the perfect way to keep a high-drive, working line dog like this in peak physical condition, so they've got a strong and healthy heart and strong and healthy muscles. This, for me, is going to be quite the engineering challenge. There's a lot of moving components. The basic idea is we have a steel frame, we have a bed of 60 roller wheels, and a belt with slats that are going around the thing. So I'm wondering, how do we size up for a mill? She is about 70 centimeters long, 1400 millimeters, about 50 mil on the inside. Try and keep the height about the same as this. 500 from the ground to the treadmill, 600 from the treadmill to the top of the frame. All right, we've got a whole load of measurements off the dog and plucked them from thin air. And so I now have a pretty good idea that I can start on the frame of this. And hopefully as we go, you'll understand more about how this contraption works. So the way that I started welding this is tiny bit by tiny bit, tacking. I did 2 rounds of tacks, then 2 rounds of welds, leaving plenty of time for each weld to cool down. The proof of the pudding as to whether this warps is when I unscrew all of this. Oh, it hasn't lifted up. That's a good sign. Will it lift up now? Let's have a look. Oh my goodness! No! Ah! It's gonna hit us! It's gonna hit us! Now over here, I had 200 mil of spacer, but you can see there is a little bit of flex as I take it out. So there's been some warping that's happened. Somehow, this gap changed. I don't think we're trying to commit rocket surgery here. I don't think it needs to be perfect, but I do think I need a better eye to straightness, accuracy, and evenness than I would normally have, because this effectively is a big dog-powered belt grinder. And belt grinders are built accurately. Ow! That's my ears that hurt. Panel 1! Ali! Hey! What are you doing, Jamie? I was enjoying some phenomenal music in my phenomenal Cove Audio noise-cancelling headphones. I really love these headphones. I've been using this particular pair for over a year. They've got these wonderfully comfortable memory foam pads, so they're very nice on the ears, and it stops other people having to listen to your awful music. The active noise cancelling works really well to drown out the noise of aeroplanes, buses, trains, light machinery, and even a very annoying videographer. Hey. It's got buttons on board to pause and skip music, as well as an input for a 3.5mm jack if you want to be wired up directly. The battery life is great. You can get up to 32 hours of playback, and it even has a mic in it so you can take calls hand-free. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And the absolute best thing is the price of these things. You can get a pair for over 70% off by using my link in the description down below. So please go grab yourself one. Thank you to Cove for sponsoring this. Let's get back to the video. Now you might think there's only one frame here. There's actually 2. My magic trick is the miracle that they are so close. They line up perfectly. This may well become one of my most accurate fabricating projects to date. And now that I've said that, this is going to become an utterly miserable failure. It's actually a great time for you to visualize how it's going to work. I'm the dog. Clippity cloppity clippity cloppity clippity. There we go. That's a dog treadmill.
You mean clippity cloppity?
You need sound effects.
It's a dog treadmill, not a horse treadmill.
But you need sound effects. A dog will make a clippity cloppity type of noise. It's just a little less metallic. Now I'm still waiting on a bunch of supplies to show up, but this is about to get really interesting. Now I hope you follow the rough bearing of where it is that I'm going. And if you can't, I'm just about to pull you in the right direction. This right here is one of the 4 guide wheels for the front and back of the treadmill. You can imagine 1, 2, 3, 4. What it actually is a 1300 kilogram rated trolley wheel I got from an industrial supplier. It's got a 20mm bearing in the middle, which means assembling it's going to be as simple as a bit of 20mm round bar as the axle. But since this is not designed for a dog treadmill, apparently there's not enough demand for you to be able to find dog treadmill drive wheel online. So anyway, since this has a crown on it, it's not going to work for us until we modify it. So 4 of these massive hunks of plastic need to go in the lathe somehow, and I'd love to not have to break out the 4-jaw chuck, which could get in here and hold it by flipping around the jaws. And so I've got to think to myself, how on earth are we possibly going to hold it? We can't hold it on the outer circumference. These jaws are 4 inches long, which won't fit inside this little gap. But what if I could find a way to clamp on that internal ledge? So I made 3 of these little steel things that are going to go inside the holes of the vice jaws here. And I don't know if it's proper or not. The worst case scenario is we die as this wheel comes out at 1,000 miles an hour and kills us both, decapitating us. So this will go in there, this will tighten up. Okay, well, it's not liking the plan very much right now. What are my options here? If I grind or mill a little hook into these bad boys so it has teeth. Let's see how this works. Much more solid. That's what I frickin' like. Hard as a... Right, here goes nothing. Tell my wife I love her if I die. Oh, that's frickin' scarily fast. So long as it doesn't fly out, this is gonna be bloody satisfying. That's just a horrifying mess. This took a bloody age, but we got wheel number 1 done. This will stop the belt and slats from falling off to one side. They'll run on this. Happy days. We're good. On to 3 more. This took more than an hour. I would like for us to have a moment of silence for all the people around the world who help support the life that we live by machining nylon. Because they have the worst f***ing jobs in the world. This material sucks! Every single pass having to cut away bird's nest. No matter what feeds and speeds I try, I speed it up, I slow it down, I go faster, I go slower, I cut more, I cut less. None of it. Now I know I seem angry, I don't actually care that much, because all my problems in life can be fixed by buying things and receiving them. We have 60 of these caster wheels. Can you see the resemblance? I know, it's pretty shocking. You actually couldn't tell that that was a drawing. And so that we can have shock absorption in this frame, I ordered ourselves some industrial springs to protect my dog's joints. And I misread the spec sheet. He's not quite the size of spring I was expecting. In addition to that, and because we know we've got a lot of drilling and tapping to do, this beauty showed up. How sick is that? Drill, tap, and countersink. How good is that? It must be said, I am a little bit concerned, because this is only 3mm wall tubing, and so if we use this for our project, we don't have a lot of thread bite, but there will be very, very minimal load on the actual thread itself. There we go. Let's cut some steel and drill and tap 60 holes for wheels. Oh! This hopefully gives you a little bit more of an impression of how the thing's going to work. Now what I can do, with this done, we're waiting on some beefier springs, we can actually assemble these two frames together. Do note, these cross members here and here are temporary. They're going to be removed and they'll be replaced with a cross member that goes up in a U above the center. I'm incredibly excited to see this thing finished, work out the suspension for the roller bed, make a slat mill belt. We've got tons to do, as well as finding out what useful electricity generation my dog is good for. Thank you for watching. That's all we've got time for today. I'll see you on part 2. As ever, please check out today's sponsor in the link in the description below, and that was Cove Audio.